Hideki Matsuyama has an incredibly unique golf swing. In this video, we are taking a look, breaking down Hideki Matsuyama's golf swing in ultra slow motion, 240 frames per second from this year, 2021, when he has just won the Masters. As always, guys, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, like this video, comment your thoughts down below, and let's dive straight in, taking a look at Hideki's golf swing. Here we have Hideki Matsuyama set up with driver. This is a really good look. We've got a couple different swings we're going to take a look at with Hideki. By the way, guys, let me know what you thought of the Masters. What do you think of the coverage? What do you think of Hideki winning it? It was a pretty incredible victory to see him winning by one. Definitely made the whole of Japan proud and pretty awesome to see. Also, let me know in the comments down below what you think of his golf swing as we dive into this. So here we have Hideki set up with driver. If we just have a quick look at his setup, pretty neutral setup, great posture, great knee bend, hip flexion, all alignment, everything looks pretty good like that. He typically likes to hit a bit of a fade with most shots. So there's a few things throughout this swing we're going to look at which are definitely going to help him do that. But if you watch the Masters, as you probably saw, he can also hit a draw as well. So let's take a look. As we take the club back slowly, keeps a really nice wide big takeaway. Love that. This is something we talk about with a lot of players. If we pause it parallel to the ground, a lot of these players have very, very similar takeaways, very wide, coiling up with their body, using the ground, just turning their body. They're not taking the club away with their hands and arms or anything like that. Beautiful wide takeaway, parallel to the ground, club head is outside the hands. This creates more width in the takeaway as well. As we slowly start to play it to the top, that right elbow starts to bend, really coils and winds up. And as we know, if we pause it at the top, Hideki does tend to have quite a big pause at the top of his golf swing. But if we look at his legs and lower body, we can kind of see how much pressure he's putting back into the ground. We can see that huge hip turn. We can see his belt buckle there. You know, that is a huge, big turn and load onto that right side on the way down. And this is another reason Hideki has this kind of pause at the top of the swing. It's allowing him to really load into that right side, really coil up, create some really good tension. And Hideki is a very, very long hitter of the ball. And we can see why from this position. He is so wound up that when he starts to unwind, it's going to be an absolutely huge amount of power coming through that swing and also speed. So as we start to slowly play this swing down, obviously big pause at the top, shallowing out with the golf club. If we pause it parallel to the ground, we can see that his club face is quite open. Now, Hideki does have a bit of a weak left-hand grip, which we can kind of see at the top as well. This is another thing that's going to allow him to hit a fade if he's holding that club face nicely open. But he maintains his posture and spine angle pretty well. As we slowly play it through to impact, he's unwinding the hips and body, pushing back up off the ground. Really good position there. He's created a lot of space through impact for him. But I want to draw your attention to Hideki's head position. His head is very, very up against his right shoulder. Now, actually, if you were listening to the Masters and you heard Butch Harmon talking about this, he actually did some work with Hideki, and he said Hideki at impact had one of the worst head positions he'd ever seen. This is because he wasn't releasing his head at all. He was keeping his head very, very back. He wasn't letting his head follow his body. He was, you can see it here, he has his head basically up against his right shoulder, whereas if we were talking about Dustin Johnson, his head would pretty much be quite neutral in the middle of his chest, kind of looking forwards. One, I wouldn't recommend doing what Hideki's doing here with his head, because one, it's going to create a huge amount of pressure going through the upper spine and your neck if you're really holding your head back. And also, it's important to note that Hideki has actually worked on this And Butch said he was actually doing a lot better recently this week at the Masters with it, which was quite interesting to see. But I love how much space he's created at impact here. Great look there. If we slowly play it through, he's going to hold that club face open, doesn't let it really rotate over too much. Great extension with the hands and arms, and beautiful balance finish. Let's play this swing through just a few times uninterrupted. Great wide takeaway. Love the coil and wind up here. You can see that club face is a bit open at the top as he shallows, swings down, and he's kind of just cutting across the ball slightly with a slightly open club face. Just have a look at one more time. You can really see that ball set out. You know, it's going to be a beautiful high fade to suit this hole. Really good look here. Shallows the club out, rotates through. You can see how much weight and pressure he shifts through to his left side as well. Let's have a look at a different driver swing now from Hideki. Now, this swing is a really, really good look at here. Let's have a look at setup. Pretty much identical to the other swing. One thing I'd say, Hideki's hands are quite low here. You can see that, you know, he has more wrist hinge at the start of his swing, really ready before he even starts to move. As he starts to take the club away slowly, if we pause it parallel to the ground, beautiful look here, really nice, love that, beautiful wide takeaway, keeps one piece takeaway coiling up with his body. As he takes it slowly to the top, beautiful wind up, pause it at the top. Look at that turn with his lower body, his shoulders. You can see all that pressure is really on his right side. He is creating a huge amount of interaction with the ground, a huge amount of pressure. That's how these guys hit the ball so far, is they use the ground, they push off the ground, they coil up and then unwind and use the ground and push back off of it. Now, as we start slowly play down, we're going to see club is going to shallow out and drop. As he keeps the face quite open, if we pause it to the ground here, he's unwound beautifully. You can see the face is quite open. He's definitely going to cut across this one a little bit if we slowly play it through to impact. Pause it at impact. Shoulders are open, hips are open. You know, posture's pretty good. He has a decent amount of space there. We can again see what I was kind of mentioning with that head position, where he's not releasing that head. He's really held it back. This is definitely something he's trying to work on more, releasing that head. As we slowly play it through here to the finish, and he releases everything. Beautiful extension of the arms here, actually. Really nice extension of the arms and great extension of the body as well, and spine. Let's play this swing through a few times in normal speed. It is a very, very good golf swing. It's funny that, you know, I don't think anyone really picked Hideki that I'm aware of for the Masters. I don't think he really had any great form. So it's quite interesting to see that he did so well. You know, I certainly didn't predict he would come out and do that, but when you've got a golf swing this good, I guess you can pretty much do it more or less any week. You know, it was interesting to see some of the shots he hit coming down the straight. He definitely didn't hit some of the best shots, and he definitely got away with it, but he holed some good putts, he hit great chips, and, you know, definitely deserved to win in the end. So guys, that is Hideki Matsuyama's golf swing. Let me know what you thought of that motion. I'd love to hear all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Also comment down below, guys, who would you want to see me analysing next? What golf swing do you want me to take a look at and show you guys? What what's in the bag video do you want to take a look at? We just did Hideki Matsuyama what's in the bag, so if you want to see any of the golf clubs that are in his bag and what he won the Masters with, take a look at that video on my channel as well, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching this, guys. I really appreciate it. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below, like this video, subscribe to my channel. As always, guys, grip it and rip it.